check. Once again, good morning and warm welcome to each one of you for this great day, marking a history in the family of coals and mines. Ladies and gentlemen, I request everyone to please be settled at your comfortable seats. I once again cordially welcome all our dignitaries, all the fraternity who have come, flown from a very long place, all the foreign delegates who have come all the way from various places across the globe, all the members from research and education institutes, all our delegates, all our office bearers, and of course, all the media fraternity, and not to forget our family members of INC-WMC. We are expecting the arrival of our Honorable Minister for Coal and Mines, Shri G. Kishan Reddy Garu. Shortly, request everyone to please be seated at your comfortable places. Thank you so much. Warm welcome, good morning ladies and gentlemen, my hearty welcome. We have been waiting for the arrival of our esteemed minister. Ladies and gentlemen, can I hear a huge round of applause for the man? How beautiful, how pleasantly he's been walking into this amazing arena. Resounding applause for him. Thank you so much, sir, our Honorable Minister for the Coal and Mines, Sri G. Kishan Reddy Garu has arrived. Huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin this with a positive energy in the room. Hearty welcome, so please have your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a warm welcome to each one of you. On this glorious occasion, we are celebrating, as you see on the screens, 5 decades of unworthy energy. Celebrating Coal India, fueling the nation, which is the worldwide, the single largest coal production company. Let's begin this once again. Clapping for the industry. We are here for the International Conference on Sustainable and Responsible Mining through Mine Closure Practices. We all know the importance of coal in our day-to-day lives. Coal and mining play a crucial role in Indian and global economy. Coal is a major energy source, powering more than over 60% of electricity in India, supporting key industries like steel, cement and power. The mining industry sector provides essential raw materials, fuels, industrial growth, creating employment to many. Overall, coal and mines are the backbone of energy, security, industrialization and economic progress. India's coal mining sector has been a cornerstone of the country's industrial growth and energy security. With a focus on self-reliance in mineral sources, the sector is witnessing rapid modernization and expansion. However, the environmental and social footprints of mining have led to an urgent call for responsible mine closure practices. The Ministry of Coal and Mines have been actively pushing for scientifically planned closures that include land reclamation, afforestation, water body creation and livelihood support for displaced communities. The adoption of sustainable mine closure frameworks is not just an environmental necessity but also a socio-impact imperative in today's India. The essence today, the Indian coal and mining sector is at a pivotal point where the need of economic development must align with the environmental stewardship. As coal and mineral resources approach depreciation in several sites, the focus must shift to the responsible mine closures that restore ecological balances. Ladies and gentlemen, this one-day seminar will bring together policymakers, industry leaders, environmental experts, mine planners, researchers to explore the best of the best practices and innovations in mine closure technologies. Today we are at the city of Hyderabad, the city of pearls, which is a vibrant innovation hub, and heritage, which is India's one of the fastest growing metropolitan cities, known for its dynamic industry, IT technologies and business ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our pioneers sitting here. So I begin this officially. I request Mr. A.K. Jha, the member INC-WMC from our international organizing committee, to give a big round of applause as I welcome him to do the honors for our Honorable Minister, Coal and Mines, Sri G. Kishan Reddy Garu, with a huge round of applause for the plant. All right. We begin any traditional program with a lamp lighting. That is what they have signed for. It's a positive note, ladies and gentlemen. Can we all rise up once as I request all our dignitaries, honorable dignitaries, to gather for the lamp lighting, please. May we invoke the divine blessings on this auspicious occasion. clearing the path of ignorance and helping us to guide us through the right path. May we all remain standing. For the national anthem, I request the dignitaries also to please join us all for the national anthem at your places. I think we are all
तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय जय
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Please be seated. May I now request Shri A.K. Jagaru, the member of INC-WMC, to please honor our Honorable Minister, Coal and Mines, Shri G. Kishan Reddy Garu, with your resounding applause. Huge round of applause, please. I think we can show some more love and energy. Just the morning has begun. Thank you so much. May I now request Mr. Akla Sir, Vice Chairperson, WMC, with a huge round of applause as he comes and welcomes and gives honors with a plan to our Secretary, Ministry of Mines. Give a big round of applause to Shri B.L. Kantarao Garu. He is also the co-chairperson of INC-WMC. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause. I now request Shri B.R. Reddy Garu, member IOC, to please do the honors for the Additional Secretary and Nominated Authority of Ministry of Coal and Chairperson of Executive Committee of INC-WMC, Ms. Rupinder ma'am. Give a big round of applause for Ms. Rupinder ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much. May I now request Shri Dr. B. Reddy Garu onto the dais to honor our Chairperson of Coal India Limited with a huge round of applause, who is also the Member Secretary of INC-WMC. Thank you so much, sir. So it's time to do the welcome address. To honor the welcome address, ladies and gentlemen, he is a distinguished minor engineer with more than over 4 decades of experience. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause as I take pride in welcoming Shri P.M. Prasad Garu.
Most respected Honorable Minister of Coal and Mines, Shri G. Kishan Reddy sir, respected Secretary Mines, Kantarao sir. Respected Rupendra Barar Madam, AS Ministry of Coal. All the dignitaries present here, especially all the CMDs, MDs of PSUs and all doyens from private sector, CEOs, MDs, and all the dignitaries present, each and one, good morning and a warm welcome from the podium. Half of my job she has already done, Madam. If I allowed her to continue my introduction, and entire World Mining Congress map also could have been presented here. With due apologies to her. Yesterday night we had a great meeting of interaction with the industry doyens, both private sector, public sector. Honorable Minister of Coal has interacted with each one, almost subject of choice and subject of future for the at least the next 3 to 4 decades. Now, especially, we have not to measure in outputs for either it is coal or anything. The topic today is sustainable and responsible mining through best mine closure practices. After Sir has taken charge last year as our Minister of Coal and Mines, in his first meeting he told how you close the mines, what is your way, how systematic and scientific. That was only beginning, and 3 mines under Sir's leadership, WCL mines, we could close CMD WCL and a team of WCL, and later another 4 or 5 mines. Now the target is around 147 mines. With heart, he is telling it is not that you should measure only through output. Gone are those days. Now we have to focus whenever you leave a mine, either just transition you call or economy changing into greener economy, you should see the surroundings, like their livelihood, and the way you leave the mines. You cannot leave just a void and a void filled with water and overburdened dumps of heaps and you just leave and go. If a overburden is there, it should be concurrently, it should be entirely filled and at least bring it to normal use wherever it is possible. As we all know, from 2009, mine closure has come into picture, and 2020, actually, last 5 to 6 years only, the real mine closure activity, we have started thinking, not on practice, but especially after ministers are joining, the first day, come what may, production output, this way, that way, it doesn't matter, but you have to, as a mine owner, whether it is PSUs or private, we have to focus on this topic, and it is very close to him. Sustainable and responsible mining through best mine closure practice. Secondly, Jeria. Why you will leave Jeria like that? And he came, his first maiden visit is to Jeria coalfield in BCCL. He expressed his displeasure with us also that in a phased manner, you should shift the people of Jeria, and thanks to Minister Sir and Honorable PM, now the Jeria master plan was again, though it was ended in 21 for 5 years, 4 years, next 4 years, we have to concentrate and we have to focus on the rehabilitation of the people in Jeria, especially with a focus on there should not be mine fires. So these are the activities, and yesterday a threadbare discussion of almost 1.5 hours with all the industry experts Sir has heard. Looking into the paucity of time, I once again especially welcome the members of IMC, WMC. It is their lead along with Ministry of Coal for the last 20-25 years. This is this IMC and WMC forum has progressed. In 2003, there was World Mining Congress. First time it happened in Delhi in Ashoka Hotel. After that, almost last 2 decades, nothing much. Asian Mining Congress, every 2 years it happens in Calcutta. So I request from this podium, Minister Sir, to be present in Asian Mining Congress on 1st November, and Secretary Sir also, we invite AS Ma'am also for AMC. That is once in 2 years. So, and we want, and my request to IMC and WMC team to bid in the coming years to have World Mining Congress under the leadership of Honorable Minister of Coal. We should conduct World Mining Congress maybe in next 3-4 years, whenever the date shoots. It is almost next 2 years after Brisbane last year, 2003, 25, 27. We have to see 27 if you get date. We should, especially when In coal, we are second largest in world, and other minerals also, private employers, the owners, yesterday they have told, many people have acquired so many critical minerals. So future, looking into that, as a mineral sector, we should hold World Mining Congress, maybe in 27 or 29, we should bid, and under his able leadership, we should see that World Mining Congress happens in Delhi, especially in Bharat Mandap. Now the infra is also vibrant in our country. And once again, I thank all the industrial doyens, PSUs, private owners, MDOs, CEOs, and all the dignitaries, each and one present. I welcome and thank for attending in a short notice also. My sincere thanks and my gratitude to Honorable Minister of Coal, Secretary Mines, and AS ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the warm words. That was a great grand welcome. Thank you so much. Time to call upon Ms. Rupindra Brar, ma'am. Give a big round of applause as I welcome the Additional Secretary and Nominated Authority, Ministry of Coal. She is also the Chairperson of Executive Committee, INC-WMC.
Thank you. Honorable Union Minister of Coal and Mines, Shri G. Kishan Reddy ji, Secretary Mines, Shri Kanta Rao ji, Prasad Saab, CMD CIL, all the other company heads, not only from the PSUs, but also from the private universe, everybody else who has made the effort of coming here, a very warm welcome, and a special mention to all the press members who have shown great enthusiasm to be here and are in big numbers. And everybody else who chose to come here, and I was in fact just informing the Honorable Minister that this time the response was so overwhelming that we actually had to close the window of invites. So that deserves an applause for all of you. On behalf of the Secretary Coal, who also happens to be the chairperson of the Executive Committee of the International Committee of the World Mining Congress, and on my own behalf as a member of the committee, I want to say that India is at an amazing point in terms of the 21st century. And the response that all of you have shown is a reflection of that. The belief, the growth trajectory that India is depicting right now, this is the moment when we need to graph up and take it many notches ahead. And that was the reason why we thought that this time for the theme, which as Prasad Saab's already mentioned, the overarching theme for us to not just do mining, but do it in a responsible manner, and not just do mining after extracting the mineral, whichever mineral that you are involved with, but also closing the mine in a scientific and a sustainable manner, repurposing the land, and most importantly, not forgetting the people behind, the people who've been impacted initially by the mine and the people who are going to be again impacted when you close the mine. So those were the elements why we chose this subject, and we look forward today to very engaging, active sessions with all of you. I request all of you to participate, not just by being listeners, don't just be mute spectators, but do actually give us feedback, because these kind of platforms are very important for us. They set the homework for us. As a government, it is our responsibility towards all of you also to frame policies, guidelines, and keep tweaking and improving our own working, because at the end of the day, all of us are united in one common goal in making sure that the Viksit Bharat dream of the Honorable Prime Minister 2047 is actually made possible. So every contribution counts, and therefore please feel free, add value to the conference. Honorable Minister, sir, will not be able to stay for the entire period, but for sir's benefit, I just wanted to share while he's still here that, sir, we'll be going through the best practices in the coal and mining sector. We will be going through various sessions on sustainability, not just in coal, but also in the iron ore mines, and how the approach itself has been changing. And we are adding it with a lot of live examples from the ground, sir. So people will be sharing their actual practices that they have been doing. And some novel studies are going to be shared through the day. Some papers are also going to be read. So it's going to be an exciting day of a lot of learning, a lot of making new friends together. So, and we will be releasing, with the presence of the Honorable Minister, a Mission Green booklet. There's a reclaim framework. A very critical part of making the system transparent and efficient for all of you is the whole use of IT technologies, the digitization, and so the exploration module on the single window is also going to be launched by the Honorable Minister today. There is the 24th Neyveli Book Fair, about which of course Prasanna ji will talk in detail later. There is inauguration of that fair. There's a vision document of copper and aluminium, which the Ministry of Mines is going to launch. And of course, the entire today's seminar papers that we have received already, we've developed a compendium of book, which we shall be giving to all of you to carry back and give feedback. So once again, I'm not going to spend more time on the issues itself. Once again, a very warm welcome to all of you, and keep supporting us, keep being part of the dialogue and the narrative as we work together to develop India into the dream country that we all have dreams of. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for all the valuable insights of the entire day. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause as I take pride in inviting the Secretary, Ministry of Mines, is also the co-chairperson of INC-WMC, Shri V.L. Kantharao Garu, with a huge round of applause, please.
Honorable Minister of Coal and Mines, my colleague, Additional Secretary Coal, CMD Coal India, and all the delegates who are present here, ladies and gentlemen, media. This is a big event of having the World Mining Congress come and do some kind of a seminar on a very focused topic in India, and not just in Delhi but outside Delhi. So this is a big event for us, and I think we need to understand why we are doing it, how we can take the best out of this. That's very important. CMD Coal India has already said how sensitive the minister is regarding mine closure. He has said many times that mine closure comes out of some kind of an unwritten social contract between the people who have given away their land for mining and the government, as well as the lessee who does the mining. So there are three parties here who are responsible to make sure that the people who have sacrificed their land and property are not only given some kind of a compensation in the beginning, but are also made part of the entire journey of progressive mine closure and final mine closure and something later. Yesterday there was an event in Hyderabad in which Minister had called some members of parliament to consult about how we do our work better, including on mine closure and other items. So one of the MPs said that when you do mine closure, and which means that the mining is done. So it's not just mine closure of the land out there or the environment, but it also, you have to think about the people who will be losing jobs because the mining is over. So mine closure is now reaching newer heights and the various dimensions of just filling up the pit that you have dug and just putting some plants and all that. So it's a completely new thought process, and it requires seminars and workshops like this, that we come up with creative solutions, we come up with solutions that are good for the people living there. So today you see amongst the stakeholders present here, you have all the galaxy of industries present here. You have academia who work on environment sustainability. You have the state government, the central government, and you also have some foreign experts who can come up with some ideas as to how it is being done abroad. So as Rupinder madam said, the 3 sessions that are there today are very, very important, and very good discussions should happen leading to very creative solutions. You know, a lot of activities have now sort of got standardized. You know, every time minister visits a mine, they show some, you know, mine closure activities and all. So probably we need to reach a new level of mine closure. And today's event, today's workshop should be remembered as a very important event in improving our mine closure, the way we do our mine closure. Now, who ensures that there is mine closure in the country? If you take coal and non-coal, the coal sector mine closure is handled by the coal controller, the regulator. If RBI is the regulator for banks, coal controller is the regulator for coal mines. एक बार खड़े हो जाइए. Let people see you. He is the coal controller. He is the coal controller. He is a dangerous man. बहुत strict आदमी है. तो but he ensures that you follow every rule and regulation. Now, coal control has done very good work in the last 4 or 5 years. Ever since there's a lot of thrust on this work. First thing is that they have ensured that 10 coal mines are completely and properly done full closure, right? And they've ensured that the lessees spend about 400 to 500 crores in the full closure. More importantly, what they have ensured is that in the existing, there are about 500 coal mines. In the existing coal mines, people spend about 3,000 crores in the last 3 years in progressive mine closure. That's a big achievement. That's a big achievement, and all the credit goes to this coal controller who has ensured that people spend not only at the end of the period of coal mine, but also every 5 years. Now, when you come to non-coal sector, there are about 1,200 mines that are working. There are about 1,700-1,800 mines. So around 3,000 mines they handle. And they also ensure mine closure. There's a different model between the coal mine closure and the non-coal mine closure. In coal mine closure, the coal controller takes the money in advance. He doesn't have much trust in the coal company, so he takes the money in advance and keeps it in a bank account and makes sure that you do it. In non-coal, we have a regulator. He is the RBI of all mines. Kahan hai bhai? Khade ho jao. Mr. P.N. Sharma. Okay. He is the Controller General of Indian Bureau of Mines. He sits in Nagpur. He has 1,200 working mines under him. They have ensured that 150 mines have been closed fully, properly, and given certificate. That's a big number. And the 1,200 mines that are currently working, all the 1,200 mines are doing progressive mine closure. But this progressive mine closure is being done by the lessee. And where the lessee does not do the work, then whatever security deposit is, available with the IBM is forfeited and then given to the state government, so that state government does mine closure. The state governments have been a bit slow in doing the mine closure with that forfeited money. Minister, when he got to know that in non-coal mines, we are not taking the money in advance and we are leaving it to the lessee, he said, you copy the coal mines model in the non-coal mines also. So Sharma is going to become more dangerous after this meeting. He is going to take money in advance from all the bauxite. I can see a lot of bauxite people, copper people in advance, so that they do the way the coal controller does. So a lot of new things, a lot of new changes, a lot of new regulations are going to come up in this sector. Very interesting times ahead. Now, one more item, Rupinder mentioned that a vision document will be released today on aluminum and copper. So I want to say a few things about that, because the Ministry of Mines and my joint secretary and the entire industry was involved in preparing that. It started about a year back that we should have a vision document on how we take the aluminum sector forward in a 5-year horizon and a Viksit Bharat horizon. And similarly, how do we take the copper sector forward? So both are very contrasting metals, because in aluminum we export half of what we produce. In copper we import 95% of the copper into the country. So very contrasting sectors, but a lot of hard work has been done by, I can see some of the consultants who have done the work. I can see the industry association people here, the ministry people here. A lot of work has been done, and today Minister has agreed to release those documents. I want you to go through. The short message from the document is that we have to work towards doubling aluminum and copper output by 2030. That's the message from the vision document. And I have only 5 copper mines in India. I have about 54 bauxite mines in India which have been auctioned. We need to find more and more copper in the country. And I know a lot of mining industry people are here. One of the ways is to do thorough exploration of copper in the country. Yesterday, Minister reviewed, along with those 15 MPs, he reviewed exploration in India and how to ensure that we do more and more exploration, especially for deep-seated and critical minerals. Copper is a deep-seated mineral, and one of the ways in which we want to involve the private sector, involve the industry, including PSUs, is through a process called exploration license. Exploration license is a concept where we will demarcate 1,000 square kilometers of area and will hand it over to you. You would spend your money, you do exploration, and if you find copper there, then you give us the report, we will auction that report, and some big company will come and do mining there, and that big company will pay you royalty for the next 50 years. That is the concept of exploration license, and that auction of 13 exploration license blocks, including a few copper blocks, is currently on. If you go to MSTC website and pay 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees, you can get a report of those areas, and you can bid for that. You can bid saying that I want X percentage of royalty whenever this mine is auctioned and mining happens. For 50 years, you can sit at home and earn royalty. So this is a concept where we want to involve you in exploration, and through you find copper easily in the country. One of the first items Minister reviewed when he joined the ministry in June 2024 is copper. He said you do more work on copper. So because of his push, today we are releasing the copper vision document. I want the entire industry to be involved in the full, my time is up, is it? No, I want the entire industry to be fully involved in the value chain of mining in the country, be it coal, non-coal, starting from exploration to mining to mine closure. That's the message today. Thank you very much.
So you still had a lot of time. We have kept hearing you. A to Z of coal and mines you have covered. But then I didn't want to take more time in coming here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, can we have a resounding applause once again for all those valuable words and insights? So we have been waiting for the wonderful launches and releases which would be helpful in our mines and mineral industry. Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin with the first launch, it aims to transform India's coal and lignite regions into sustainable and vibrant ecosystems. Give a big round of applause for Mission Green. Huge round of applause. The book launch, I request all our honorable guests on the dais to please join me on the front of the stage for the book launch. Mission Green, Grow, Restore, Enrich and Empower Nature aims to transform India's coal and lignite regions into sustainable, vibrant ecosystems by focusing on afforestation, renewable energy, circular economy, and community empowerment. It aligns with the national climate goals and ensures responsible development. It redefines mining areas as hubs of ecological restoration, economic diversification, and social upliftment. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now it's time for the second launch. Before the launch, we can all have our eyes on the screens. Our dignitaries may view on the monitors here. Can we have the video? The launch title is
Responsible mine
Reclaim
closure
Framework.
goes beyond environmental restoration. It requires thoughtful, participatory planning to ensure that the end of mining marks a new beginning, one that enables communities to thrive long after extraction ends. Coal Controller Organization under the Ministry of Coal, Government of India, with the support from Heartfulness, has developed Reclaim, a community development framework designed for mine-affected regions in India and inspired by people's aspirations. Reclaim begins with a simple act: reaching out, listening to people, understanding their needs. Then comes envisioning, helping communities dream, not just plan, but imagine futures they truly want. Next is co-design, solutions made together, not delivered from outside, because ownership comes from participation. Every place is different, so Reclaim focuses on localizing, adapting to culture, environment, and capacity. Then comes action, tangible results that people
All
can
right,
see,
ladies and gentlemen,
feel,
the
and
Reclaim
believe.
Framework is a vital guide for
But no
inclusive,
one can do it
community-driven mine closure and
Integration
repurposing in
aligns
India.
efforts across
Developed by the Coal Controller Organization and Heartfulness Institute, it ensures sustainable transitions through local engagement, gender inclusivity, and alignment with Panchayati Raj institutions. Reclaim safeguards livelihoods, fosters trust, and promotes socio-economic resilience for communities impacted by mine closures. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Now we have the exploration module on the single window clearance portal. Can we have the portal online on the screens, please? The portal marks a major step in India's coal sector digitalization, streamlining the entire coal exploration process. It ensures faster, transparent approvals from exploration schemes to geological reports, reducing delays and boosting efficiency. The initiative strengthens ease of doing business, supports energy security, and aligns with the vision of digitally empowered and self-reliant Vikasit Bharat. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause. Here we go, the launch. The exploration module on the single window clearance portal. Thank you so much, sir. Yes. So can we have the inaugural of the 24th Neyveli Book Fair? Ladies and gentlemen, can we have the backdrop video, please? Started in the year 1998 by NLC India Limited, the Neyveli Book Fair has become a vibrant platform that promotes reading, learning, and the love for literature across all the age groups. Over the decades, it has evolved into one of the Tamil Nadu's most respected book fairs, attracting publishers, authors, and freedom from all the corners of the state. It may also interest all of you to know that our former president, our beloved Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Garu, was also wishing to attend this Neyveli Book Fair, but he couldn't. Ladies and gentlemen, huge round of applause. Let's have the history video, please.
Long before screens and scrolls, our people turned to pages, to learn, to dream, to become. From palm leaf manuscripts to printed wisdom, from ancient chants to modern ideas.
For me, it is a first time to visit NLC, even though I had a dream to visit, because You are powering the nation. The nation is powered by you.
This land has always celebrated knowledge. And for 24 years, one celebration has carried that light forward. A festival of books, ideas, and imagination. Welcome to the 24th Neyveli Book Fair 2025, a place where curiosity meets knowledge, not just books, a vibrant arena where dreams and art come alive. Over 100 publishers, thousands of books, in Tamil, English, and every voice that seeks meaning. Under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, India is steadfastly moving towards the goal of becoming a developed nation by 2047. In this journey of Viksit Bharat by 2047, initiatives like these, book fairs play a vital role, nurturing the aspirational youth, inspiring thought, and cultivating the spirit of inquiry that fuels progress. It is in this spirit of knowledge, culture, and national growth that we are honored to commence the 24th edition of the Neyveli Book Fair. Graced by the presence of Honorable Union Minister of Coal and Mines, Shri Kishan Reddy ji, who inaugurates this year's Neyveli Book Fair, in the august presence of Union Moas for Coal and Mines, Shri Satish Chandra Dubey. In its 24th year, the journey continues. Come, turn a page, and become a part of something timeless.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause. Let's have the inaugural by our Honorable Minister today. Give a big round of applause as our Honorable Minister for Coal and Mines, Shri G. Kishan Reddy Garu, who's doing the honors. Here's the launch, Neyveli Book Fair 2025. As we step into the new edition, let's celebrate the power of books and enjoy the joy of reading. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. We are having the next launch, ladies and gentlemen. May I request all the industry players, esteemed players from the aluminum industry to please quickly join on the stage for the launch of Vision Document on Aluminum Sector. This book of the Vision Document on Aluminum Sector charts is India's path to becoming a global aluminum leader, highlighting aluminum's vital role in transport, infrastructure, strategic sectors. It outlines a roadmap to boost per capita consumption, promote sustainability, and drive innovation. The milestone aims to build a self-reliant, competitive, and green aluminum industry, supporting India's Vikasit Bharat aspirations. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go, the book launch by all our industry pioneers from the aluminum sector, the Vision Document on Aluminum Sector. Everyone, a huge round of applause, please. All right, thank you so much, sir. Moving on to the next launch. Ladies and gentlemen, I may now request all the industrial players from the copper industry to quickly join on the dais. As we join our hands to welcome them, the Copper Vision Document outlines India's roadmap to build a resilient and self-reliant and a global competitive copper sector. Recognizing copper's vital role in renewable energy, EVs, and infrastructure, it addresses supply challenges through domestic refining, recycling, and policy reforms. The vision aims to secure energy independence, boost economic growth, and support India's Vikasit Bharat mission sustainably. Ladies and gentlemen, can we put our hands together and give a resounding applause for this beautiful cause? And to all the industrial players who have joined us from the copper industry, here's the Copper Vision Document outlining India's roadmap to build a resilient, self-reliant copper sector. Thank you so much, sir. I mean, I would request everyone to clear. Thank you. All right, time for the event souvenir launch through our visionaries' hands. I request our honorable chief guest, Shri G. Kishan Reddy Garu, our honorable minister for coal and mines, to do the honors. The event souvenir is a thoughtfully curated publication that contains the papers and abstracts of our distinguished speakers and authors. It serves as a lasting record of the ideas, discussions, and knowledge shared at this event, preserving them for the future reference and a wider dissemination. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is one of the most prominent launches of this amazing morning. Let's give a resounding applause. The entire compendium by our chief guest. A huge round of applause, please. Thank you so much, sir. Please be seated. As I take pride in inviting the director, nominated authority, Technical Ministry of Coal, a seasoned DGMS certified mining engineer and MBA, he brings over 2 decades of expertise in exploration, mechanized operations, strategic planning, and marketing. He also serves as a treasurer of the INC-WMC. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause as we welcome Shri Marapalli Venkateshwar Garu on the stage. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause. We have been waiting long to hear from our Honorable Minister, the Honorable Minister of Coal and Mines. Give a big round of applause as I take pride in inviting him. Government of India is also the patron of INC-WMC, G. Kishan Reddy Garu, with extensive experience in his governments. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful public servant, great commitment to the driving force.
Good morning, one and all. Firstly, I extend a warm welcome to all the participants, Sri Kantarao Garu, Secretary, Mining Ministry, Government of India, Additional Secretary, Coal, Government of India, Srimati Rupinder Baurji, Coal India Chairman, Sri P.M. Prasad Garu, and all the CMDs, Government India PSUs, and also all the senior retired officers from Mining and Coal Ministry, delegates from India and abroad, members of Indian National Committee of the World Mining Congress, stakeholders of mining industry, friends from media, all the other officers from Ministry of Mining and Coal and state government officers also, brothers and sisters. Especially, I belongs to this city. A warm welcome to the city of perils, IT, pharma, bulk drugs, health, defense research, and a vaccine manufacturing center. Friends, since its inception in 1958, the World Mining Congress has played a key role in fostering collaboration, innovation, and sustainable practices in the mining sector. Over the decades, it has helped to shape a collective vision for a responsible resource development across the continents. This forum has addressed some of the most pressing challenges of mining industry today as the world transition towards the sustainable and green mining. The role of World Mining Congress has become a more vital even for India. It aligns with our two goals of Atmanirbharata in coal and minerals and a strong commitment to environment sustainability. Therefore, today is a very important agenda in this conference, discussion on sustainable and responsible mining through best and mine closure practices in both important and timely. Mining can only be truly sustainable if it cares our both nature and people. It should be restored the land after mining is completed, and it should also support local mine dependent communities with opportunities of growth and livelihood. At the same time, sustainable mining can only be achieved if it is supported by a strong policy and a governance ecosystem. An ecosystem where growth and sustainability are built in through reforms, transparency, clear regulations, incentives for innovation, research and technology adoption, and a long-term investment in research, infrastructure, and skills. Friends, therefore I keenly look forward to the discussions today on the vital issues under leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. India's mining sector has undergone a massive transformation. Several forward-looking reforms has been brought about the last 11 years. Action regime introduced in 2015 has been biggest transparency reform in the mining sector. It has more transparent, professional, and competitive than it ever was in India's history. Today, since the introduction of the auction regime, over 500 mineral blocks have been auctioned to date, and 119 have been auctioned just in last 1 year. Similarly, policy changes have made it easier to do business in mining and encouraged private companies to take part, such as a 50-year uniform mining leases. No more delays due to lease renewals, easy transfer of permissions, funding support through National Mineral Exploration Trust (NMET), first time launch of exploration licenses to encourage the private sector. Adding further to many such initiatives, today we are also launching module of the single window system, digitalizing the entire coal exploration process, ensuring transparency and reducing processing time. Under the leadership of the Sri Narendra Modi ji, increasing domestic coal production has been a key priority for the Ministry of Coal. As a result of our focused effort, India crossed a historic milestone, producing over 1 billion tons of coal, first time in Indian history. At the same time, coal import dropped by 7.9%, falling to the 243 million tons in 2025. Further, the coal sector is fast emerging as a champion of green transformation by adopting cleaner technology like coal gasification, diversifying into renewable energy, and taking up large-scale foundations and repurposing of mined-out lands. Further, with the launch of National Critical Mineral Mission and the offshore mineral auction, we have also entered among a select group of countries who are building a strong domestic ecosystem for critical mineral like lithium and rare earth elements. At the same time, we are reaching out globally, creating a space for ourselves in the global sustainable efforts. Friends, with this a futurist outlook, today we are also unveiling a vision plan for two strategic minerals. Just now we unveiled aluminium and copper. The vision plans aim to boost India's green growth, supporting our manufacturing ambitions and strengthening our journey towards a sustainable future. These decisions reflect our growing capability to drive sustainable development across the sectors, but ensure that the decisions is not just fast but also future ready. We are also focusing on building strong frameworks in often overlooked but critical minerals like mine closure activity. Over the last year, we have employed the philosophy of 6 R's to our mine closure activities. They are reclamation, repurposing, rehabilitation, revegetation, remediation, and relinquishment. We will be happy to know that for the first time since independence, we have successfully closed 10 mines in the last 8 months by followed proper scientific method. Along with this, 147 mines have been identified for closure in a time-bound manner. We have also revised guidelines to enable better administration, proper monitoring, and implementation of mine closure plans. Across the country, we are seeing how mines once converted and we are being transformed into the engines of local development. Take the example of how Tamil Nadu's Kadalur district repurposed mines are supplying 300 lakh kiloliters of drinking water to 3 lakh people, irrigating 25,000 acres of farmland and indirectly supporting livelihood for around 50,000 people. We have already made an impressive stride in ecological restoration activities. Since 2019, 17 eco parks have been developed, bringing life and leisure back to once barren lands. These success stories must be seen as an inspiration for what mine closure can achieve, both for ecology and for the welfare of the local communities. To make mine closure truly impactful, and future ready, we must strengthen public-private partnerships. As we look ahead, local communities, local administration, industry and civil society must be at the heart of mine closure efforts. Towards this vision, we will be launching the Reclaim framework today. It will guide our community engagement and ecological restoration efforts, addressing local conditions and needs. Friends, I need everyone here to share ideas to further strengthen our India's efforts towards the making mining a sustainable activity. Under the visionary leadership of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, India is redefining how mining coexists with environmental care and community well-being. So let us commit to make a mine closure a new beginning full of hope and prosperity, where every mine site tells a positive story to revival and hope. And once again, I welcome you, all the delegates from different states and different countries and different sector, to the beautiful city of peers, Hyderabad. These words, I once again thanks all the World Mining Congress executive members and other private sector organizers and my ministry, all the senior officers and media friends. Once again, and thanks. All these words, I once again request all the participants, all the industry leaders, and my PSU CMDs to concentrate and proper discussion today and implementation. After discussion, we should take some decisions, and the proper implementation should be in the field. That is, we should aim. Thank you again.
Ladies and gentlemen, huge round of applause for our Honorable Minister, Coal and Mines, Government of India, Patron, INC-WMC. I request Ms. Rupendra Brar ma'am to do the felicitation process. Huge round of applause for our Honorable Minister first. Ladies and gentlemen, huge round of applause. G. Kishan Reddy Garu, we are seeing a felicitation by the hands of our Honorable Additional Secretary, Ministry of Coal, Ms. Rupendra Brar ma'am. Huge round of applause. The shawl has our signature imprinted and carved on it. Next is the felicitation for the IAS Secretary, Ministry of Mines, Shri V.L. Kantarao Garu. Alage, Shri P.M. Prasad Garu, the Chairperson, Coal India Limited, ladies and gentlemen. And to do the honors and felicitate Rupendra Brar ma'am, I may now take the pleasure of inviting Shri N. Balram Garu, the CMD, Singareni Collieries Company Limited. With a huge round of applause, let's thank all our dignitaries with whole our hearts for patiently being with us, joining us. Yes, ma'am, over to you.
So we come to the end of the first phase of the program. I want to thank our Honorable Minister. He actually had a very, very busy morning, but sir, you stayed for a long time with us. We want to also promise you that through the day, we'll make sure that everybody has meaningful discussions and takes the vision forward. And thank you for encouraging us all the way, all the time. And thank you to Secretary Mines. Sir, we are not letting you go. We are only letting the Minister Sir go, so you kindly stay with us so that we can have meaningful discussions for the entire mining sector. I want to thank all the media, all the friends, but all of you are not leaving. I'm not asking you to leave, so please stay and join us for high tea. And we reassemble in 15 minutes back for these sessions. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Can we give a standing ovation for the minister as he rises to leave this arena with so many memories and lots of insights and lots of positive energy. Once again, a huge round of applause for each and everyone on the dais who made it possible. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I request all our industrial leaders, all the esteemed delegates, partners, and each and everyone to please enjoy your high tea, join us for the high tea, and let's all assemble for the coming up sessions. In the next 15 minutes, we have our session coming up, the first session of this amazing morning. We're expecting all of you in the next 15 minutes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I request everyone to come inside and take your seats. Honorable Minister sir is going to be here for the session. So I request everyone to be here. Please be seated. Everyone outside, please come inside.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I request everyone to please come back to the arena. We have an amazing session wherein we will be discussing best practices in the Indian coal sector. The best part is we have the minister also joining us for this amazing session. I request each and everyone to please come back and settle down quickly because we're expecting our Honorable Minister to join us for this very session. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are expecting our Honorable Minister to arrive any moment. He's joining us for this upcoming session right away. Ladies and gentlemen, I request everyone to please come and settle down. We have our Honorable Minister right here in front of us in the very own arena joining us for this amazing session which says the best practices in Indian coal sector. We have the session moderator here, Shri D.B. Sundararaman Garu. Let's give a huge round of applause to him and welcome him. So he's the Vice President of Corporate Services at Tata Steel with over 3 decades experience in raw materials, mining and operations. Ladies and gentlemen, the panel comprises of esteemed people over here on the dais. You all have already joined us. Shri Achyut Ghatak is the Director Technical at CMPDI with over 3 decades of distinguished experience in Coal India Limited. We have Shri Prasanna Kumar M, who is the CMD of NLC India Limited, who is also an accomplished power and coal sector leader with more than over 3 decades of experience, a gold medalist in mechanical engineering, proven expertise in strategic management and fuel operations. Then we also have Professor Arvind Kumar Mishra Garu, the Director of CSIR CIMFR Dhanbad, and also a distinguished mining engineer with more than over 3 decades of experience spanning academia, industry, and research. A PhD from IIT ISM Dhanbad, he has contributed extensively to mining technology and innovation. And we have Sri Balram Garu, who is an IRS officer, 2010 batch chairman, managing director of Singareni Collieries Company Limited, a dynamic administrator and visionary leader who also serves as the finance director, driving growth and efficiency in Telangana's coal sector. We also have Sri Anurag Dikshit Garu, the general manager of West Bokaro Division Tata Steel, who is a seasoned mining professional with more than over 3 decades at Tata Steel, IIT Kanpur alumnus. He has also led his diverse mining operations and actively contributed to the industry knowledge and policy discussions. We also have Sri Sajish Kumar N, the Coal Controller, Government of India, who is an IRTS officer who previously served with us in the Northern Railways. He brings valuable expertise in logistics and infrastructure management, ensuring effective regulation, monitoring and governance of India's coal sector. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a huge round of applause for all the panelists here on the dais? We are beginning with the first section, which says best practices in Indian coal sector. Leading companies like Coal India Limited, NLC India Limited, SCCL and Tata Steel are adopting advanced mine closure models, ecological restoration and community-centering approaches. So these practices are aiming to balance energy needs with environmental care and socio-economic upliftment. Over to Sri Sundararam sir, the moderator. Give a big round of applause as he takes over the session.
Once again, good afternoon, everybody. Honorable Minister, Coal and Mines, Sri G. Kishan Reddy Garu, Additional Secretary, Madam Brar, Chairman Coal India, Prasad Garu, and all the distinguished delegates who are present here, representing the public sector units as well as private sector units. So today's session is very interesting, sharing the best practices which are being run by all of you, and also we have got from academia also, along with the CM4 Institute. So we need to see how we are going to take forward the topic which is there, the responsible mining and sustainable practices. So this reminds me, LIC का हम लोग बोलते हैं कि जिंदगी के साथ भी और जिंदगी के बाद भी. How do we bring that practice in mining? How can we ensure, the way Honorable Minister has mentioned, how do we ensure that during mining, we take care of our people, our community, and after mining, how do we take care of our people, both employees as well as communities? So I would like to bring your attention to some of the best practices. So first I would like to ask Sri Achyut Ghatak sir, that is Director Technical at CMPD. How are you with your experience? And also the only one request, we have got 10 minutes for each of the speakers. Please keep your discussion for 10 minutes.
Respected Minister of Coal and Mine, respected Additional Secretary Ma'am, MOC, respected Chairman CIL, Joint Secretary MOC, esteemed members of the IMC, CMDs, CEOs, other dignitaries on and off the dais, and respected delegates. As Mr. Sundaraman said, Zindagi ke saath bhi, Zindagi ke baad bhi, I begin with the Zindagi ke baad bhi. Honorable Minister had mentioned the 6 R's of the closure. I have chosen the most important aspect of that part, which is repurposing. The outcome of this particular aspect, that is the repurposing, is the reclaim which has been unveiled today. And at the best I can say, what I am going to present is not a paper, this is the objective of our country, our organization, and every individual here. May I have the PPT, please? Uh, Till the time the PPT is ready, I would briefly run through my points. The crux of the story today is that mining sector contributes globally enormously towards the development of the country. But all these goods, they tend to fail the moment we choose for an unsustainable mining and not so environmentally mining practices. So what we therefore need is a structured, scientific, and a community-centric approach to all the mine closure activities, which ensures a long-term environmental sustainability, safeguards public health, and on above everything, it deters the illegal mining. This is one aspect that has generally been overlooked, but I would like to insist here. Once the community, surrounding community has some livelihood, it will definitely deter to big extent this particular part. In its revolutionary step, Ministry of Coal has initiated the Guidelines 2025, which specifically mentions mine repurposing. This shift from mine closure to mine repurposing encourages converting the abandoned mines into productive, safe, and ecologically resilient assets. I shall therefore focus on these three things, that is the community-centered approach, the mandates and their deliberation, and finally, the shifting from mining to the repurposing. Why this repurposing is important? As I have mentioned, it basically gives us an asset creation for future-oriented use and economic generation. As I had mentioned, the regulatory yes, please see the last point, which I will definitely take up here. This revolutionary step is going to open many doors in the future. But what definitely is required here is a further deliberation how to use this from a retrospective effect. Are there any other doables which we as a sector, as we as a legal entity, as we as a regulator have to do regarding the application from 2009 at least? Next slide, please. What you see on the left side is what we did in the past. That is, we used to just close the mine, green it, and the job over. But now, we are going beyond it. Just on the right side, you can see a triangle, a pyramid. The pyramid shows the volume and relevance of the closure. On the bottommost is the physical and chemical stability of the area, which has the highest volume but least relevance. Next is the public health and safety, bit smaller. Now please, previous slide, not yet. This transition where you see is written, below it is the no revenue zone, it is a non-compliance zone, but above is the revenue earning zone, a compliance zone, which shows the enhanced beneficial use, the upgrading of the redevelopment, and the repurposing, which is the apex of the apex of the pyramid. Next slide, please. Yes, this is the five-step uphill roadmap. On the base, as I had mentioned in the pyramid, is the physical and chemical stability. But let us go to the blue, green, and dark green. It says the creation of the asset. Enhanced beneficial use is nothing but creation of the asset. Then next is the redevelopment, upgrading it, and finally the repurposing. This is the arrowhead of sustainable, eco-restored, community-centered outcome. The arrowhead has three imperatives: repurposing of the land, livelihood transition through skill development, and finally the objective is the outcome, that is Zindagi ke baad bhi. These are current trends here basically, but we are yet to reach beyond it in our country. To begin with, the first step is the mandate, mine closure guidelines 2009, that mentioned of the first revolutionary step, that is the escrow account. Next is the value of those accounts, and 2019 the upgrading, and finally comes the watershed mandate, that is the mining for repurposing. This has further enhanced the expenditures, but what is here in this slide is the methodology which we may take for going ahead with the activity. We have dumps, the most distaste to the eye, which can be divided into two parts. The first part is the biological reclamation and revegetation. Second is the technically reclaimed area for future repurposing. The repurposings can be renewable energy use, industrial use, and the business infrastructure. The basic fundamental premise that should govern us is LURA, that is land use repurposing applications. There might be requirement of some legislations that the operators decommission or relinquish land for further use. Next is the global best practices. This is one unique best practice where in Turkey in 2015, an abandoned open cast coal mine was converted into an airport through PPP. By 2025, this year, it aims to create around 225,000 jobs and 40 billion plus euro to the Turkish economy cumulatively. This is the Thorsby Colliery. This colliery was again closed in 2015 and was redeveloped into a community center, 800 homes, school, retirement village, and around 1,000 jobs. The old buildings were restored, 350-acre country park was created, and it hosted the first 5G connected forest. Next is the Indonesian Minasa Raya gold mine, which was closed in 2006. They have replanted it and developed into a eco-biological wonder with 155,000 trees. Next, what you see is also yet another unique effort, wherein in a pit, a 19-story hotel was created, of which 2 are below water. It was created by the UK firm Atkins for Shimao Group, and they have created a 5-star, they have planned to create a 5-star hotel which has 400 rooms. Next is the Valkenburg Wine and Energy Forest. It was an old mine which was converted into a wine producing yard and a energy forest from which they could gain the bioenergy. This is the Coal India case study of Chendipada open cast mine, which is an old mine which was closed in 2014. The escrow had 6.44 crores, however, final closure accounted for about 11 crores. What did we gain? We will see in the next slide. Yes, the highlights of this project was, out of the 24.3 hectare mining lease, 13.6 hectare has been afforested, and the remaining unfilled void and slides have been developed into a water body. The external 3 hectare dump got self-vegetated. Now it's a wonderful bio-reclaimed, a wonderful bio-ecosystem. This is the greening which you see of the old mine. The next slide will give you a further view. On the left is what you see is the old mine worked area. On your right is the green cover that has been created, the biodiversity park that has been created by Mahanadi. The area has been monitored post-closure, and the outcome was something amazing. this, I would skip the next slide and go to the next. Next. These are some snapshots of the biodiversity that this has created. Black drongo, whistling duck, Indian cuckoo, Eurasian moon hens, common kingfishers, night heron, white ram, shama. These are the birds, some of them migratory in nature, have entered that area. Next. These are some other efforts by Coal India and its subsidiaries. They are the ecotourism parks of various subsidiaries. Around, we have 33 of them. Next slide. This is the coal neer plant at WCL. Then on the side we have these orchards, the sand clarification plant, the fisheries that we have created in CCL and SCCL. Yes. I would quickly jump to the last slide. Other than that, next slide please. The mine purposing to us is just not an environmental obligation, but it is an opportunity for the society and for Coal India and all those who are employed in the mining sector. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ghatak sir. I think you have shared both the best practices of Coal India as well as the international best practices. As we always say that when you go for a surgery, whatever the best the surgeon is, if he leaves with a big scar on our body, we feel a bit sad. That's what I think for even mining also. Whatever best mining we do, end of the day, if you leave the pits the same way, and if you don't do rehabilitation, reforestation, the communities will be very sad. So that's the reason I said in the discussion that we have good practices, but why the perception outside mining community is that we are not so good at sustainable mining practices. I think everyone has a responsibility to see that how the rehabilitation, reforestation, and the purpose beyond the mining is being met. With that, I would request Mr. Prasanna Kumar, CMD INC, for sharing his thoughts on this. So thank you very much, Ghatak sir. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts.
Good morning. Andariki namaskaram. As you know, energy is the basic driving force for the growth story of the country. Here is the company which contributed almost more than 7 decades in the growth story of the country. We were the first integrated energy company in the country, contributing to the growth story of the country. Next.
Drink their own water. Not trees eat their own fruits. Clouds also do not consume grains produced by their water. Nature provides for us. We must also provide for nature. Protecting and caring for Mother Earth is our fundamental responsibility. Mother Nature does not favor a fragmented approach. She prefers Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future.
In line with what the communication from Honorable Prime Minister, for maintaining sustainability, we should be having a comprehensive approach, not a fragmented approach. I think that is the reason we are all here. I wish the conference a great success in the direction of vision of Honorable Prime Minister. NLC, since the beginning, even when there were no rules and regulations for reclamation and repurposing, we gave first priority to sustainability. That is the reason why the friendly mining is being done. Next. Out of, till today, no mine of NLCAL is closed, but in the progressive mine closing activities, we are taking lead and setting an example in the country by topsoil preservation, technical reclamation, biological reclamation, and sustainable repurposing. Next. Until now, out of 5,000 hectares of land we mined, we reclaimed 2,600 hectares of land with using innovative techniques of ecosystem recovery and also afforestation initiatives. More than 2 crores saplings are planted with the natural spaces and with community engagement. Next. In addition to the mine closing activity, for maintaining sustainability, NLCIL is leader in the renewable sector. We were the first company in the country to add 1 gigawatt capacity and targeting to increase it 8 times by 2030. And already 2 gigawatt are in pipeline and 3 gigawatt are in planning. And also we are setting up a pilot project of green hydrogen in Neyveli area and also aggressively entering into battery storage system and pump storage system for renewable integration. Next. In addition to that, waste to wealth, which is required for sustainability, we are doing M-sand production from the overburden. From lignite, many chemicals are being extracted for ensuring the sustainability. And also, recently, one of the statue called Jai Hind statue, prepared from waste, that is installed near new Parliament building to depict usage of reuse of the precious resources. Next. As Honorable Minister mentioned, we are maintaining utilization of water in the state of Tamil Nadu. We are supplying water for 25,000 acres of land, and we are supplying huge quantity of water for